Good evening, people, all of you. So today is day 5. Okay, I don't have any presentation today. So day 5, and today we'll be learning about dashboard design, only design. Okay, now first of all, let's understand what this dashboard is all about. Dashboard means it is actually an application or a report, a collection of report where if you just view on screen, say if I see the screen, I should be able to get the entire story of the data what we have. Okay, in simple. Let me show you an example. Okay, when I just view the report, when I view the the Excel sheet, or it can be your Power BI or Tableau or anything, just by seeing one screen, you should be able to understand the entire project. Okay, that is called as dashboard. Now, if you just observe this, let's assume that this is my dashboard. Okay, let me make it full screen so that you know. See, this is my dashboard. So here is a very simple dashboard where we can see some total sales, profit, total orders. Okay, and here you can see some buttons here, some pages. There are various different things here which will help in understanding the data. This is called as the dashboard, and you can see there are so many reports here. Usually, you know what happens? People will just create some dashboard just for namesake or say they don't bother about the formatting. The designing is very important because if you see this report, this looks very good, colorful, and also meaningful. So dashboard designing, the techniques, it should be very much clear that people should easily understand, easily navigate between the pages, or you should also be able to read the data in this particular view. Okay, so that is called as the dashboard, and the dashboarding techniques are very, very important. If you're not creating the dashboard properly, it is very difficult to understand the data. Okay, so it is always the design which will make people easily understand the reports. If you just observe this, if you go to this dashboard data, say here, this is what the data we have. See, we have the data. If you see this data, it is very difficult for us to understand. Okay, so this is the table what I've created. Then you can see here we have the raw data as well. You can see the raw data, and we have created some pivot tables here for creating the dashboard. So what you see here in front end, so this is the dashboard. So for that back end, we have to work so much. Okay, see, we have worked, we have created some pivot tables or calculations or formulas, so many things actually we have to create. So this we have seen in our previous session, how actually we can create the dashboards. But this session is only about the design. Let me go to this list. Okay, whenever you think that I'm going to create a dashboard, there are various different things what we have to take care. So what is that? Let me tell you. First thing is the colors. Why this colors is very important, I'll tell you. If you go and check this, I cannot use various different colors just like that. Suppose my color, my template color, or say my website color is something like orange. Then what we have to do? You have to make sure that the entire project is something related to the color what our company branding is. So this we actually relate with the branding. Then next, the fonts, or we can call it as font name or say font style, whatever you call. Okay, those are very important. Usually, I'll tell you, we use this kind of fonts. That is, we call it a sans serif. That is, we have this Arial, Verdana. There are various different sans serif fonts which will help us in read, very easily and also very accurately. But there are sometimes people actually use this Times New Roman where you can see there are some curves in the edge. Those kind of fonts should not be used much actually. I'm not telling you should never use. Usually what we do is we use this kind of fonts. Now suppose, let me go here. I'll just take the fonts and I'll show you. Okay. If you see here, I use Arial more. Okay. Otherwise, there are some fonts which are actually, see, Aptos. Now, this Aptos is the default font in your Excel. Okay, this is also very good. And you can see this. Okay, these are all say, the sans where we have the edge. You can see that there is some, say, some stylish actually. You can go, you can see here. If I use Times New Roman, you can see Times New Roman. Okay, see here, it is there. Okay, let me just check. I will type Times, say here. Okay, this one. So you can see that the edges will be something like a sharp one. So you can use that as well. I'm not telling that, I'm not stopping you using it, but most of the times we actually use this, especially we use Arial, which is actually the right font. Why we should use Arial? I'll tell you. This Arial is available in all the systems globally. In every systems it will be there. Some people actually go, they'll try to take, some, say for example, you say this font, I'm not sure whether it is available in all the systems. Okay. Suppose we have this stylish thing. See, if I use this, we might actually feel that it looks very stylish, but this is not recommended for corporate reports or say dashboards. Okay, I'm seeing there are so many stylish fonts like this. Suppose if I use something like this, okay, see here the fonts are not good. If you open in any other system, let me tell you, this will really not be readable. And also, if this font is not available in other system to whom you're actually sending, it can be the user, it can be the client or anyone, this font will get changed. So your style will not be proper. That's why always try to use Arial, or now Aptos is actually the default font of Excel. So you can use that as well, not a problem. Some people actually use Wordana. Okay. So in my previous company, they used to use Wordana. So this is also fine, right? So likewise, if you have any kind of universally available font, use that only. That is the right thing. Okay. Fine. Next, we should use the shapes. Okay. The shapes are very important. When you go here, you can see that, see, this is one shape, which I use for banners. And this is one shape. This I used for the background of the report. You can see that this is one shape, right? Again, this orange color, what you see, this one shape. So I'm using all these various different shapes so that it will be, looks very good. So where do we find this shape? If you go here, insert, and here I can see this shape. Okay, you can see all the shapes I can use. Can I use all the shapes? Don't do that mistake. Any shapes which you feel which is looking very good, so you can use these shapes. Okay, fine. Next, so we will do some exercise also. I'll just make a list of things. Okay, say shapes, then images. Whenever I'm actually using images, be very, very careful that when I'm using these images, make sure that your file size should not increase a lot. If you see this is an image. So for logo, I have to use image. Okay. So I'm using this image. Sometimes, what happens? I have some employee details. So I have to insert the image. So that time, you should be very careful. Try and see if you can compress the files, compress this image so that if you are adding, say, for example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all these are images, the file size might go high. So it is very important in dashboards that you should not have too many images. Try and see if you can avoid that. Or even if you think that the images has to be there, make sure that you're using some shapes which can be used apart from image. Suppose if you think we cannot avoid images has to be there, see if we can reduce. Okay, reduce the size. Say you have many softwares or say applications where it will help you in compressing the images. So you can use that. Okay. All right. Next, the next one is charts. Okay. You can see here I have this chart. These are all charts. Now, this is very important because charts are the main thing in your dashboard because this is what will help us in creating the reports. Okay. So whatever I'm making a list, I'll show you practically how actually this can be designed and even used. Okay. Right. And also we'll work on AI because our main thing is how to use AI for all these dashboards, dashboard designing, and all the tasks what we're doing. how AI is actually useful. That's what we'll be looking for. Okay. The charts, you cannot use the charts just like that. You have to first think about what kind of charts I have to use. What is the right visualization for for each of the data what I'm actually trying to show. Okay, right. After charts, we have tables. When I say tables, here I don't have any tables. So is it necessary? Okay, let me tell you. Tables play a very important role when you feel that I actually need some data to be shown straight away as a value and a number. And even when I'm showing the table, so it will always show about very simple data or say summarized data. If you can see here, say for example, now I have one table here with all the regions, and then I have this total sales or total profit. And here you can see there are some simple tables where I have the state and sales. So whenever you see, I have the tables which will actually summarize the data and show. Never show the data like this. Say these are all raw data. If you do something like this, you know what happens? Actually send the raw data itself to the client. Sometimes we might have a bigger table, but still that also can be formatted and make sure that you will not have the entire table in the dashboard. Okay, so these are some of the important things what you can actually see in your dashboard. Next, we have buttons. So what are these buttons? Let me show you. If you go here, say I have one button here. See this, we can call it as button. This one or this one, they are all buttons. Or here you can see there is one button. Here we can see there is one button. So buttons are actually used for navigations. So you can say navigation means from one page to another page. Okay, navigations. This is very important because if I'm actually in this sheet, so I want to go to this dashboard bar. Okay, if I click on this, see, okay, I'm going to the next sheet. But keep in mind, whenever actually you are giving this dashboard to your client or the user, you should not allow them to go manually like this. You should actually give, the buttons where I click on this button, you should be able to go to next page. Okay, let me open on Power BI. Let me just open one Power BI template and I'll show you. Okay, so what I'm showing now is the Excel template. Same thing we can do it in Power BI as well. I'll show you how actually Power BI the designs can be done, how we can actually import that as well. Okay, so after this we'll try to work on some designs. Right. So let it get opened. So meanwhile, what I'll do is I'll just go here and let me just check with some data. So here in the previous session, we saw about some projects are there, here some data are there. I want to create the dashboard design, okay, for any of these data. So last session, we saw about the data types, the file types, okay. But today, we'll use the same data and what we'll do is we'll try to get the designs done, okay. Depending on the project, we'll try to make the designs. Let's see if I have some data here. Okay. Okay. Let's say I have this HR data. Okay. So the same thing we actually did in our day three as well, because we were working on a project. But now since it is only for design, so what we'll do is we'll try to understand how we can design the project. Okay. So here I'll just take this. I'm just trying to open this because it will take some time. I'm also trying to parallelly speak about some other topics so that we'll not waste time unless and until this gets opened. So what we'll do is we'll go here and we'll see. Hmm, okay, right. So what I'll do, I want to create one HR reports. Okay. The previous session also we have already done this. That is because we were actually working on a project. But now same thing I'll take in my chat GPT. Okay. In my chat GPT, I'll try to create one, reports. Okay. So what I'll do, Okay. So what I'll do is I'll go here and I'll drag and drop. Here I'm not doing any calculations, no reports, nothing, but I want only the design based on the data what I have. If you're working on any project, what happens, so we'll not be knowing that what kind of images, what kind of color schemes, what kind of, let's say, reports we have to create, what kind of designs, layouts we have to create. So we'll not be knowing all these things. Okay. At that time, what we can do is we can take this data and we can start, know, let's say creating some um, dashboard pages actually. Okay. So first, I have this data set which I've given. So what I'll do is I'll go here and say act as data analyst with dashboard specialist. Okay. So why I'm giving this is I want the AI to act as data analyst who is also the expert in dashboards. Okay. Now I'll say attached is the project on which I'm working on. That's data. Okay. Is the project on which I'm working on. I want a home page design for the data attached. Okay. Then what I'll do, I'll mention the size. Say 16:9 is the size which I'm looking for, and it should be compatible with Excel and Power BI. Okay. Now, what I want is I want an image, a cover page image or home page design, which will help me in creating this dashboard. Now, I want this to be in 16:9, or say 16 by 9, which is compatible with Excel and Power BI because I will be using this either to create the project on Excel and Power BI and say run. So what happens? This will now run. I'll create the report, say it will create the home page actually. It might take some time because it has to create the image. Okay. Suppose if you think it's not creating image, what you can do is you can go here. There is one option here, say use create image so that specifically it will create image. Sometimes what it will do is not create the image, it might give you text. At that time, what I can do, I can go here. I can say create image specifically so that it will create image for you. Okay. So let it create. So it will take some time. So once it's done, we'll take this into Excel and Power BI and see how we can actually use it for other sheets as well. Okay. So we'll create. So it is taking some time. Let it create. So meanwhile, what we'll do is we'll see some other topic as well because when you take this chat GPT or okay, I think it's done. Okay, fine. Let's see. Okay. So it is giving me the completed dashboard itself. So what we'll do is we'll keep this. Okay. We'll also keep this to create report. I'll tell you what we can do. Also, what else? I'll keep this as a reference. Okay. Also, I want the home page. Say, please create home page with navigations and some images related to the data. Give the title and subtitle. Okay, let me run this. So anyways, this image is downloaded. So what I can do is I can go here, I can import this into my Excel sheet. Okay, how to import? Say insert, and here I have this picture. So make sure that you use this picture over cells. If you say in cell, the picture will go inside your cell. So I'll go here, say this device, and then I will insert this image. Okay. So now what I'm getting here, this one. Okay, this is like the reports, what it is already created. So we can keep this as the reference, okay, for creating other reports. So you don't have to go and use it for your complete reports. I'll tell you how to actually design that if you don't get a proper design here. Say, here it is giving me the complete reports. Okay, wherein I cannot use this itself because this is not dynamic, but I'll tell you how to actually trace this and have the the dashboard done. Okay, so I'll show you how to do that. Don't worry. Now I'm just trying to create one home page. Okay, let's see. Still, it is doing the same thing. Okay, let me just see. I really don't get reports. It's just code page. So immediately if you want to get, you have to keep on, changing these queries or say prompt. Meanwhile, let's go here. See, if you want to create any designs like this, okay, if you see here, I'm getting some design like this. I want to create some design in this way. If you think, what happens, I'll tell you. If it is a cover page, it is complete cover page. What I'll do is I'll just go, I'll start, using it directly because that's just an image. But this one is actually a report what actually I have to create. So if you want to create any designs like this, it is very easy. I'll show you how to create in Excel. And same thing, you can actually save that as picture and use it in Power BI as well. But you cannot use those things, the shapes here directly in your say Power BI. Okay, this is my Power BI report. Let me go back. I want to have the same design. Okay, let me go to a new sheet. And I told you shapes are very important for me. I'll go here, insert, and here I have the shape. People, again, I'm telling today I'm not teaching any reports. This is just completely design. Okay, let's go here. I'll take one shape like this. See this shape. I can rotate however I want. Say I'll go here and rotate this like this. If you find say difficult to rotate like this, exactly, you can go to the shape format. Here I have this rotate and you can specify this, however I want, I can rotate like this. Okay. Now I'll go here, I'll keep my shape like this. Okay. And I will drag it like this. Okay. Remove the grid lines. Okay. Now you can see that I have one shape here, which is exactly like this. We call it as sidebar or side pan. Okay, now I want the report part. So what I'll do, I can go here and I can make a copy of it. Say Control C, Control V, or you can use Control Shift and drag. You will get one more copy. See, I just create one shape like this and I'll keep it here like this. Okay, this is manually what I'm doing because if I use it in say ChatGPT or Claude, I'll not get exact dynamic design. I will get the complete design. So which I'm actually trying to create for my home page. See this one. So I can keep this. So this is giving me, it's not giving me this HR related thing. It is giving me, it is giving me retail. Is it retail? Let me just check. Okay. I think it's giving me some wrong. image. But anyways, okay, we can still edit it because now if I go and keep on editing this, it will take a lot of time. Okay. So what I'll do, I'll take this image as well, but you should be very careful about it. So if you have time, then what we can do is we can go, we can keep, telling that to give a proper image. Okay. Since I don't have time, if you think that I want to change it again, I have to go keep on, changing this. So it'll take some time. So what I'm doing is I'm just using the same image, but you can go and correct it if you have time. Okay. But yes, this what output what I've got, that is not correct. Okay. But I'll be using the same image just to take an idea, right? I'll go here, I'll say, I will take this home page as well. Means that I'll just go here downloads and I'll take this. Now, let me reduce this and I'll keep it. Okay. This was supposed to be HR data. I don't know why it is giving me like this, but still it's okay. Okay. Now you just observe this. The home page. Okay. Let me just make it full screen. Okay. I will just drag it like this. Yes. Okay. And here I have all these buttons and things like that. Now just observe this. AI has given this image, okay, but it will not give you all these buttons and things like that. Suppose, keep in mind, people, I have worked on so many dashboards, okay. Again, I'm telling, please don't question me saying that we are given HR data. Why we are having this retail sales, please, because ChatGPT gave me this image, a wrong image. Now to correct that, it will take some time. So I'm using this image itself. So when you are using it, so please make sure that you will have the correct image. Okay. Saying that, I'm just trying to go and explain how we can create buttons out of it. Now you just observe this. I have this retail sales, let's say at the logo or something, home, sales overview, product analysis, customer analysis, regional analysis. So I have some buttons here, but this is an image. Okay, so how will I convert this into buttons and the home page? I'll tell you, most of the people actually struggle here only. What they do is they'll try to use ChatGPT or Claude or so many AI tools, and they feel that they're not getting the right result. People, I'll tell you, ChatGPT, Claude, and all, they're actually used for doing some calculations, reports, or something. But when it comes to this kind of image and again mixing with all the buttons, it will not give you dynamic buttons. Okay, otherwise in Claude we can directly create the entire project where still I'm not sure you'll get the complete output like this. Okay, now I want to convert this into buttons. How to do that? This looks very good, but I want to create the buttons. Don't worry, I'll tell you in a simple way you can create all these buttons. How to do that? I'll go to this insert. Just a simple idea. It's nothing very advanced. I'll take this circle, okay, and click anywhere. I'll just click it here, okay. See, and now I will hold Control or say Shift. I'll just tell you why you should use insert shape and say, okay. Now what I'll do, I will reduce this and keep it here on this. Still, I think we should further reduce. No problem. One, if you fix it, okay, just keep it here. Now you might be thinking, how will this become button and I cannot see that the background image. Don't worry. Select this. Here, what I'll do is I will remove this particular line. Okay. And then right click and say format shape. Okay. Here, if you see fill color, here we have this transparency, make it 100%. See here, I have the button here, but still, it is transparent. Some people, what they do is they'll go here, they'll try to give no fill. Okay. So just take this. I'll add one border as of now because we'll not come to know where the shape is. Okay. See here, this is transparent. Okay. Now I will say no fill. Right. Okay. Now what I'll do is I'll select this, right click and say link. When I say hyperlink within this document, if you want to go and, let me just create one sales performance. Okay. Let's go here and create sales performance. Now, when I click on this button, it should go to the sales performance. Later, we'll remove this border just because I'm not able to see that if it is transparent. So what I'm doing, I'm saying link. Okay. Then we'll go to the sales performance. Now, if you just move my cursor here, see, and if I click on this, it is taking me to this particular. Let me select this. I will try to remove the border. See, okay. Now, no one will know that there is some shape here. But if I go and move my cursor, you can see that, see. Okay. Now here it says sales performance A1. Right click and here I'll say edit link. You can go here in the screen tip and say sales performance. That is, I'm giving some screen tip. Now you see, if I move my cursor here, I'll get the sales performance. Now what I can do is I can copy the same thing, okay, and keep it on this. Okay, try to adjust this. So if you think that you have the border, you can just give the border for time being and go here and just give the border. Later on. We'll try to remove the border. Okay. Again, I'll take this and keep it here. Control C, Control V also will do. Immediately I can copy and paste. Try to adjust this. Okay. See how quickly we can do all these buttons. Say Control V. Okay, I'll select this and keep it here. Control V and I'll say okay. Now all of them are buttons. Now you can go here, right click and say edit hyperlink. If you think there are some more sheets here, you can just give. As of now, I'm just showing you. Then after that, what you can do, you can just select holding control, select this shape format and remove the outline. See, now for people, it looks like it's an image. But if you just move my cursor here, see, as of now, I've linked all this to same shape, but you can change the hyperlink so that, that will take me to all the different sheets or reports what we have. Same thing you can copy and you can put it here also, say data driven decision, performance or whatever. For this also you can use something like that. Now coming to this, okay, here I want this all this to be like a button, but I don't want this to be like say just a shape. So what I'll go here, I'll take this shape. You can take any shape here. I'll just put it like this. Okay, same concept. What I did here, I'll do here as well. Let's go here. I will just put a border as of now. For this, I'll say white color border and I will say no fill. See, okay. Now here also I will select right click link. Let's say I'll again connect to the same thing. So here we can give the screen tip. Let's say sales overview and send. See now, I'll move my cursor here. Say we have the sales overview like this. You click on this, it will go to the sheet where I have linked. Okay. Now right click or say you can go to this shape format and you can remove the outline. Before that, what I'll do is I'll just go here. I'll copy and paste for all the other buttons here. Okay. Make sure that you are just trying to align it properly. Okay. You can also select all this. And if you think you want to align that, say align vertically. Okay. And then I'll go here and say shape. No, for us, this doesn't look like as if there is a button here. See, but if you go here, if I click on any of this, because I've given the same shape here, it is giving me this. But otherwise, if you go and rename all these things, it looks really very good. For us, for anyone, they feel that this is just a page with image. But if you go here and if you just click on this, see, will take me to this page. So this is how the design should be. This is what you should learn. This is what actually you should start developing. See, we use this image, we created this image by using ChatGPT. But what did we do? We have to make it more dynamic. So we just try to use this. So wherever you feel that you want to add some shape, see, I'll go here. Let's assume that this is my company. Okay. Say Control C, Control V. Sorry. Control C, Control V. I'll go here. I'll just keep it like this. Okay. Now, when I click on this, I should get my website page, thinking that this is my logo. So right click and I'll say edit hyperlink. And here we'll go and we'll say existing file or web page. We'll go here, we'll give the address, say www.itsinc.in. See now, if I go here and if I click on this, it will take me to the website. See, like this. So, you know, simple things will make us or the user or the client looks these things very, very advanced. Now, if you go here, I'll just make this view, I'll remove the headings, formula bars, and make it full screen. See, it looks something like web page itself. So you can hide all these, you can do all these things. If you go here, see, all these are buttons. Now you might think still I'm able to, select this. Don't worry, just go here and I'll say review. Let's protect the sheet. Once I protect the sheet, what happens? I'll not be able to edit anything. See here, these are all buttons. These are all buttons. This is also button. So it is really very, very interesting. And also, people might actually feel that you have done a wonderful job. Also, they'll be wondering how they have done this. Okay. Same thing applies to Power BI as well. Now, for example, I'll go here. I'll take the same shape here. Okay. Same shape. And I'll tell you how actually you can use this buttons here as well. So most of the people actually, they lag these design just because they don't have that knowledge. But people, let me tell you, you create the images from ChatGPT or Claude. Claude, you cannot create this kind of image. You go to ChatGPT or you can go to Gemini as well, where you can create the images. But the problem with the Google Gemini is the size. It won't give a proper size. It will just give sometimes, square image, sometimes the proper 16:9 image. So we'll actually not know. Okay. Right, so I'll just show you how actually you can import the data here. Okay, right click and say format canvas. This is for Power BI, I'm telling. Again, you see this, the image what I've created here, this is by AI only, right? So I'll go here. I will say right click canvas, here the canvas background. Let me take this browse. And here, let me go to downloads. And where is that? Where is that? Okay, let's see. See, I'm selecting this, say open. And then I'll remove this transparency. You can see that I'll get this image and here I'll say fill. See? Okay. Now, same thing. Suppose if you think I want to add buttons here. Okay. See here, we don't have the button. Don't worry. Here also, we have similar kind of shapes. Okay. I'll go to this shape. Can you see I have this circle? Same thing. I'll click. I'll get this circle and we'll try to again. Let me take this and I'll keep it here. Still reduce. Okay. Same concept. Now I'll go to this action. Okay. Let me create one more page just to show you people because I don't have many pages here. Since it's not a reporting to what we're trying to create, just a design, I'm just randomly creating this and I'm not renaming all this. So I'll select this and I'll go to this action. And then if you want to navigate between pages, I'll go here. Okay. Now this one has to be transparent. I'll go here, size and style. Same concept I'm using here. Say, where is the background? Okay. Background off. Sorry. It's not background. So here I think fill. Okay. I am sorry. So here we'll say shape style. Here we'll say fill. Okay, okay, here we have this transparency. Let me just make it transparency. See? Okay. Now you can see that here I'll get this. See? I'll hold control here because I'm in designing mode. I'll click on this and go to the shape. That's it. In Power BI also we can do these kind of things. Okay. Control C, Control V. I'll take this and keep it. Let's try to adjust this thing. People, I'll tell you, to be very frank, most of the people doesn't know these kind of skills. They always struggle in designs, how much time they'll take. Let me tell you, dashboard designing is really a wonderful skill. But if you don't know doing this, you'll not get a wonderful dashboards. Okay. See, I know you people might not be a designer, but just go to ChatGPT or Gemini, you'll get wonderful images. Then after that, try to give some buttons or something. Okay. So this is how actually you can design. Let's go here and suppose if you think, I have the reports like this, right? So I was just showing you about the sheet. So what I'll do, I'll go here, I will change the color of this, say shape, and I'll give some color like this. Okay. Remove the border. So don't keep the border. I'll remove this border. See how it looks. Okay. So you can have all these icons and things like that. Suppose if you think that you know how to create these icons, see, I'll just create one or two buttons for you and I'll show you. Where is the report? So they see if you want something like this and this sheet has got same names. Okay. Suppose if you want to create the buttons like this. So here, so if you think, I want to increase this, you can still increase a little bit like this because we have some bigger names. Okay. Send this back. Okay. See here. Right. Now I'll show you how actually I can use an icon as well as the text what we have used here exactly like this. Okay. So here we have this home button with that blue color. See how I'll design. I'll go here, insert, shape. I'll take this rounded corner, this shape. Okay. Let me keep it here like this. And I'll reduce. Okay. And then we can use this yellow color to adjust. And I'll go here. Let me take some color. Okay, I think this should be good. Yeah. Okay, let's take this and I'll remove the outline. See. Now I want the icon. How to get the icons? You go to insert and here I have these icons. Suppose if you have Canva, so you can go there in Canva and you can create the icons. Let's say home button I need. Okay. It's type C. I have this home. Or if you think there is something better, let's say, I think this should be better. Okay. Let's take this and say insert. See, the home button is inserted. Or say home icon is inserted. I'll just reduce this and I'll keep it here. Let's make it white color. Go here and say graphics and white color. See. Now I want the text. I'll go to insert and I'll say shape. Take this text and here I'll say take this and keep it here and make it white color. Done. See, let's go and check. See here. Okay. Suppose if you think, you are not getting the right icons, you can go to ChatGPT also and you can create. You can mention that I want some buttons like this or say some icons. You will get in ChatGPT as well. But if you go to Canva, a lot of things are there which you can do. Okay, see. So likewise, I can add all this. Next, suppose I want to design all this, see this kind of boxes for the layout. What I'll do, I'll go here, take this insert, and I'll take this shape. Okay, this shape like this. It's white color. Let me go here. I'll say white. Right? Okay. The shape, the border, you can see something like this. The border. It has been given some shadows. We'll give the shadow as well. Say weight and say We'll go to the shadow, and here I'll have this shadow. Okay, this shadow. See, if you go here, we have something else. Suppose if you don't want the shadow, you can remove the shadow as well. If it is looking too very heavy, okay, let me just go here and remove this shadow. Shadow already. Okay, see here, something like this. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you think that, if you want to create something like this, say 3, 4, and 5. It is going out of my, either increase this, or what I can do is I can select and say shape, align, horizontal. Okay. So you can group it, and then only, resize. Otherwise, it won't come properly. See, okay, like this, you can actually try to resize. Okay, I'll say ungroup. See, people, these are all some of the designing styles. You want to create some buttons. I showed you one button here. You want to create 3D buttons. You can go to ChatGPT. You go to Canva, so you can get the designs. Okay. If you go here to ChatGPT, if you want any 3D buttons, just give a 3D navigation button. Say 3D navigation button. But please make sure that you will try to give transparent. Why? Because whenever I'm actually trying to use anywhere, if you have the white background, it won't look good. Okay. So people, let me tell you, Chat GPT or Claude, okay, try to make use of it as much as possible. Things are very, very interesting and easy now. Previously, it was completely, difficult. See, if you want to design this kind of things, we had to go to people who are very good in designing. Photoshop, they should know. CorelDRAW, they should know. So many things. But now you see, just by sitting here, I just gave an image, then the buttons were assigned. If you just go here and check, how neat it actually looks. See, most of the people actually will feel that. Say, if you just go here and check, this looks very professional actually. In Power BI, I'll challenge you. Most of the people won't do like this. You know what they do? They just try to create some reports just like that. See here, I've created one report where I've inserted all the images and all. But you know how people actually create? Let me tell you. They'll just go here, they'll create one shape, see, like this, and they'll say region and sales. This is how the reports they create. And even I've seen many workshops also, they just teach you only this one. See, again, they'll copy, they'll paste. You see the reports, okay? This is how actually they'll try to create the reports. Even now, many of the companies, they actually try to create some reports like this. They're least bothered about, see, sometimes they might actually change this one. Okay, so by chart. Okay, something else. See, these are very, very plain kind of reports. If you just see this, at least I have some designs. Okay, if you see here, see, I have some designs like this. It looks good. Icons are there. Make sure that you actually try to create your dashboard something like this. Okay, let's see if that icon is created. I'm not sure. See, can you see this? You can use this. See how neat it is. So you can go your home, say, it is given all the buttons for this. So you can go, I can just say download. Okay, now how to take this into buttons. So let me just close this. Right, let me go here to Excel. I want, those buttons, 3D buttons. Let's go insert and say picture and say picture oversell this device. Okay, I'll go to downloads and I'll select this. Okay, see here, it's transparent. Okay, Let me just reduce this. Now you might be thinking, how can I actually take this? Because they're all something like this. Don't worry. What I'll do, I'll go here. It's a picture crop. Okay, you can crop this till here. There are various different ways people you should get all the ideas like this. See, okay. Now I'll just keep it here and reduce it. See, this itself I can say right click and say link. This will become like a button. What about other buttons? Don't worry. Control C, Control V. Okay. Again, go to this crop. Let me take this. Okay. See, I can take, I can keep it. Likewise, say Control C, Control V. Again, say crop. Just take this and keep dealing with this. See, people use AI as much as possible. Okay, but again, also know these kind of designing skills as well. Okay, not everything can be done in AI only. Okay, so this is what I want to tell you people. The dashboard designing is really, really important. Okay, right. So people, I know there are very less people today. That's fine. How did you feel about this? This say skills, designing skills, or you can say dashboard skills or whatever. How did you feel? So this you have to continue. I'm just giving one idea. That's it. Okay. How did you feel about it? Okay. Right. So this will be your final session of pre-batch and people. Yeah. Yes, Ramya, it is actually true. Excel skills. So today I didn't teach you about anything on more technical things. Okay, I just showed you about only designs, but your creativity actually matters a lot. Make sure that you people actually try to use as much as possible. Okay, I'll tell you people, most of my dashboards will be something more beautiful than this. Why? Because I concentrate more on designs. Okay, you construct how much ever big house. If your interiors are not good, no one will actually like. You use any kind of materials, good materials, premium materials, but if your interiors are not good, the colors, the painting is not good, people will not like. So same way, even the dashboard, okay? How much ever advanced formulas you use, how much ever advanced reports you give, if your dashboard, if your reports are not formatted, if you don't have proper design, people will not like. Okay, so make sure that you concentrate more on the designs. Okay, this is very important. Right, right. So thank you so much, people. And you all know that from next week, we'll be starting our paid AI session. So if you are interested, please call me. I will tell you how to actually start. This is mostly on your Claude ChatGPT. So it will be complete in detail of ChatGPT, Claude, and Copilot, and also you'll be having the prompt engineering. Okay. Um, so if you're interested, again, I don't want to take some time because I think all of you will have already seen those slides. I'll be sharing those slides in the group itself. So again, I don't want to waste time and again repeating all those things, showing those slides. I know some of you might not be interested also. So no worries. So people who are interested, please give a call to me. This is something which we are starting, the beginning. Okay. And to tell you people one more thing I forgot. The sessions might actually might be postponed for a few days The reason is I'm actually getting held up with some corporate trainings. Okay, so it is becoming very difficult for me to come back and then take the classes. Okay, because I have corporate trainings going on for this Tata Industries. Okay, for almost 15 people are coming. They're all managers. So it is going up to 5:30, 6 o'clock. Again, I have to rush, come and then teach. To be very frank, if I'm teaching like that, you people will not understand because I am actually tired completely in the evening. Say morning 8 o'clock the class starts and it goes up to 5:30, 6 o'clock. So imagine almost 10 hours I have to be with them. And again coming back and training you people will be very, very difficult. So today also I came at 6:30 and then I took your session. Okay, right? So please, 1 week, I think it will be postponed. So maybe from 20th it will be started. Any of them who are there here who have already paid the fees, okay? I'm extremely sorry. I apologize for that. Please bear me 1 more week. Otherwise, if I start the session, it will be like I'll be totally tired and the training delivery will not be that proper. Okay. So people who are still waiting, so if you think that you want to register, please call me. I will help you with the registration. All right. Otherwise, let's close the session now. And I hope this session was very useful. I will catch you guys in more sessions in our community classes, but this pre-batch classes will be closed for today. And if you're anybody interested, so please get back to us so that we can have the paid session from 20th May. Okay. Thank you so much, all of you. Good night. See you guys soon. Bye bye.